Hello survivors, and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. And in this video I'm going to be discussing the next gold bar character from the museum. As you can probably see yourself if you go into your museum and you scroll down to the knife collection, you can see that we're quite high up on the knives now. I'm at 19 myself. I have collected a couple of the gold bars from being in Survivors Club, so I might have maybe one knife or maybe even two knives more than other people. But we're closing in where it's a couple of weeks away max, where we're going to have everyone who just plays free to play, no Survivors Club, will hit 22 knives. Now, of course, we know how they rolled out the last characters. Obviously, the first crate that came out had Krista and James. Then the second crate had Krista, James, and then an extra character added. And I guess the theory would be another character would be added as well. The three traits in here right now are strong, alert, and tough, with the obvious missing trait being fast. So a lot of people I'm seeing sort of predict that there will be a fast character coming into this crate. What that character would be if it was a fast character, a lot of fast characters do seem to be kind of like medics from back in the day when it comes to free-to-play characters. We do have a lot of fast characters in the game right now who are heavy damage dealers. I'm talking about Hengyen, talking about Arav. These guys hit really, really hard. And I don't think we necessarily need another damage dealer. I think we do need a melee leader. So this would be a good opportunity to source a fast melee leader. 40 to 50% attack lead for melee characters and a huge AP on attack as well. So this would be an easy place to source that. Whether it be fast or strong, that's a different question, but fast is, I'm going to stick with fast just on the theory right now. Another character we could have is just more of a support character, maybe buffs, or maybe has a revive somewhere on either their rush or their active or something like this. But we could get something really, really strange, like Angel basically. Angel is a very strange character to come to the game, very different than what we've had before, and did work, to be honest. A lot of people still use her. I use her on particular teams where Doc Stevens will sort of decimate me if I don't have her on that team. And it's generally speaking going to be on teams where I know it's going to be an extended fight, where I need to draw it out a little bit. Bleed teams and stuff, Angel's going to be very useful. You can use her obviously otherwise. She's very good at just countering Doc Stevens, but she actually has a decent, punch on her rush. 400% and get her attacks out to 7.5, 8,000 damage. Not too much of a problem with Priya lead. So she's actually not too bad. Big surprise when she was released, if I'm honest. All of the characters in this crate actually do a reasonable job. These are probably the strongest free-to-play characters we've had within the S-Class era. The other characters we've had, of course, haven't been that great. Kapoor, quite a big letdown. Marlon and Rosie is just mainly a gap filler for the moment until people get more melee characters. He can sort of sit on a defense team, and it is better to have someone like that on a defense team than just like a random 6-star who does nothing. So he's just basically lots of stats. So what we need is a character that actually does something. I'm hoping for a character that has some sort of control where it comes to the active. I wouldn't mind normalize, even if it's a very limited normalize, like 1 turn normalize on an active skill, just high skilled normalize. So like if you come up against particular specialist skills, maybe if it's only just one target, you can actually just neutralize them for 1 turn and just destroy them with rushes and stuff and try and get rid of them if it's like a payback or a buy character, that sort of thing. So it brings a bit more skill into using that active compared to, let's say, Princess, who I love, but that 3-turn normalize and 3-turn taunt is really easy. Like it doesn't really make the game harder at all. So that's one thing I would like to see. I would also like it if this character did not have a fixed weapon, and it's mainly because fast characters, we've got a lot of characters that are fast that have fixed weapons. We have a lot of weapons already crafted as 4-star weapons. I know that the push is for armory tokens and getting your weapons to 5-star, but this is costing hundreds of thousands of armory tokens on these sort of elite level characters like Arav. That kind of makes sense. You're going to have to do heavy investment, but you're going to get a good return. On a character in the box, it's not so much the case. I think only 2 of those, actually only 1 of those characters has an attached weapon, and that is James. And to be honest, his weapon wasn't that bad. It was quite good because it made his actual specialist skill happen more often. If you're a new player and you get this, with that specialist skill, you're going to have that happen more often. You're not going to have upgraded armor already. It's not too bad, this one. So unless it's a really already got something nice in the tier 3 that works with the specialist skill of the character, or has a nice either trait or off trait special, I think it has to be a special. It has to be something good. It can't just be like, this is very different with the bonus crit here just because of the specialist skill. And I'm also guessing we're most likely going to have a leader here. This is my guess. So I do hope it's a melee attack lead if it is a fast character, just because we have had 2 specialists, Krista, Waste Not, and James, Collateral 2, and then Angel's more of a defense lead. Very good rainbow lead, very good for free to play in terms of just not having the best leaders at the moment, and they can just stack all their characters behind Angel. This is a great character for defense lead in the meantime until you get someone that fits your team a bit better, and then we could have that melee attack lead that was just pretty much missing in the game at the moment. So after asking around a little bit in terms of how much progress people without Survivors Club have got on the golden bricks and the knives collection, it looks like we're around about 2 weeks away from when it's going to be fully collected by free to play. Obviously, people on Survivors Club would have got it all by now if they would have done it every day. If I would have done it every day, I would have it by now, but I do think it's very expensive on the energy, so I don't think it's worth actually doing too often. So we're about 2 weeks away until we're going to be having the same questions coming to lockdown, and that's why I'm making this video, because I'm getting ahead of the game. I'm getting ahead of the game in that I don't know when the next collection's coming. There isn't any real information being put out there. I do believe there will be another collection, mainly because they're keeping the Survivors Club collection up, and if people are using their energy on it from Survivors Club, they'll have a big issue on their hands if they're not putting out another crate. Also, I think the crate is one of the best delivery systems in the game so far, in terms of just being able to change the meta a little bit, or being able to make people catch up to a certain standard, especially newer players. If you're a new player coming into the game and you're not getting your hands on some of these characters, you know, it's going to be detrimental to your progress. Imagine they didn't do these crates again in the future, and then there's people rolling around with James and Krista, or Angel and James, and they're like level 20s, and you're a level 1 and you've got nothing. So it's going to be, they're going to have to continuously bring these out pretty much until they have a better idea of how they're going to do this long term. Communication here would be key. Communication here would be key. Any information would be great. I'll bring you more information the second I have it, but do tell me what character you are wanting the most from the crate. We have had, like I said, Krista, James, and Angel already. I'm guessing it would be a 4th character being added, and then you'll be able to select from those 4 again. That is the end of my video though, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.